I thought I knew how to walk like Christ, but how in the world did I know how to walk like Christ without reading the Bible and seeing what he did? My mother wasn't there. She was an alcohol and heroin addict. She tried to fight for me and my brother, but she left with us without telling my father. And he ended up getting custody of us. And she had the 2 weeks for Christmas break. And the first one was good, but the second time she tried to do it again. And it took them like 13 months to find us. And that was the last time I had seen my mother until I was 29. Once they found us, I got home and my dad got me a motocross bike and I started riding. I rode until I graduated high school. And we pretty much stopped because I wouldn't do anything to help out. I felt like I was entitled, you know. And I eventually just spiraled off into doing drugs. I was an adrenaline junkie. I started going out, and every time I got out and hung out with anybody, all I did was drink, smoke weed. I eventually started doing methamphetamines. It started messing with my work. So I tried to say I had an attention problem, whether I do or don't. You know, for the first time I was saying it out loud. So I decided to go to the doctor. The fact that I had to take pills to be normal was what I listened to. And I would stop taking the medicine and my life would get destroyed. I just started buying amphetamines off the street. Once I hit methamphetamines, it was over with. I play music. I love to play music. And, you know, I do some methamphetamines and I could play me the same note for about 3 hours. I kept doing drugs, you know, telling my folks I was doing everything I could do, like I've always done, to get a job, and never even trying. Or maybe getting online and going to apply online for something like Kroger or something easy, and never even checking my emails, you know, but telling my family I'm doing everything I can, just really buying me some more time so I could just keep doing the drugs and playing my drums or playing the guitar or doing whatever I wanted to do when I got high. So I eventually ended up having a kid with a woman I thought I was going to be with. And my son's name's Gage. One day, she came to my house to pick up my son, and I was high. And she told me I couldn't see my son. She took my son. She said that my son wasn't coming back over there. And for some reason, I thought in my mind that God was trying to tell me to sacrifice everything I had. The only thing I had left was my car. And I ended up wrecking my car into the sheriff's son's yard and then fleeing the scene. Went back to my probation officer, and they told me I had to go to jail for 30 days. I had multiple people say a better way. I even had a guy in there that was from a better way tell me how much of a blessing it was. I mean, and it just resonated with my spirit, right? When my dad did answer the phone, Clint Jones had actually recommended a better way to my dad. And they told me it was an 18-month discipleship program. And that 18 months was a hard pill to swallow, you know. And by the grace of God, I decided to come. I'll never forget getting here. Me and Adam got paired up to do a work detail. And he was telling me how he makes music and all this and all the stuff that he had been through. And all the confusions that I had, all the questions I had about things that were going on in the world, you know, got answered in our conversation, you know. And I knew God was in the midst, and I knew something special was there. I thought I had it all figured out. But I quickly I quickly found out I knew nothing at all. Because pride is a nasty beast. I've been here 15 months and I'm still struggling. The brotherhood here at A Better Way is the most special thing about this place, because everybody's walking around praying for folks, telling everybody they love each other, and grown men, I never really experienced anything like that. I thought I knew how to love, but my brothers quickly let me know, I don't think you know what you think you do, And for the first time in my life, I got people that love me for me. And even when I do things wrong and I get in my flesh, they're still there. They might have to stay away from me for a little while, but they come back. The Florida trip was amazing. I actually got to go down there with Daniel and Adam. That's my two best buds here at A Better Way. And it was an extremely cool experience. The house we stayed in was 4 stories. And we slept on the 3rd floor. And in the morning we got up and we went to the 4th floor and we did devotion in the morning. And then when we got done, I would go out on the patio and just look out at the ocean. I actually felt the peace of God calm inside me. And I knew that when I hit that water and got baptized, that I was going to experience something. And so when I got baptized, everything that I was doing wrong, everything that I wasn't taking captive and making it obey Christ in my mind, flashed before my eyes. And God said, just leave it. And you're not going to be perfect, but now you're aware of what you do and what you don't, and you're a child of mine. And he told me he loved me. And I came out of the water, and I just threw my hands up. Since I've been at A Better Way, my relationships are all restored. They love hearing me speak about the Lord. I can remember in my 5th month, I got a call that my granddaddy had passed away. And I get to the hospital, and I walk around the corner, and my whole family's there, like 10 of them. And when they see me, their mouths dropped and literally started crying because I had looked so good from what I had looked like before. And all I had ever wanted, in my mess, was that my family knew God, because I felt like they didn't have a real relationship with the Lord. She told me that my grandfather walked outside with my two aunts, and said he looked up in the sky and said he seen Jesus. And my grandfather, he was a man of integrity, and it just filled me with peace. God was there, and he was doing a work in my life. And, by the grace of God, he got to see me before he passed away. Getting here, having to listen to people tell me what to do, seeing people's opinions, and all these other things, really, whether I said them or not, I really got to see what my heart was about. And, it took me 5 or 6 months for me to look through my pride and see that I was deceitfully wicked, and that the only thing good in me was Christ. So something that's always going to stick with me after I leave A Better Way is, getting up at 4:45 in the morning and doing my devotion every single day. It really changed my entire perspective throughout the day. And it gave me hope. It gave me peace. And it gave me strength